Are you a dentist from outside of the US and want to get a US dental license to live and practice dentistry in the US? Well, first of all, good for you. Decisions like this are life-altering and they are not easy ones to make. This is a huge challenge you've decided to undertake when you could just practice dentistry in your home country. Whatever the reasons are for you to make this decision, I'm rooting for you. I wanted to make this video walking you through the overall process you'll need to go through to get into an advanced standing program. This is not the only way to get a US dental license, but it is the most common, and for most dentists, it is the best option available. The second path that dentists sometimes takes is to go through a residency program. I made a video talking about why I think that advanced standing programs are a better option for most people, and you can find a link to that in the description box below. This video is about the steps you'll need to take to get into an advanced standing program as an internationally trained dentist. And by the way, though, the steps to go through to get into a residency program, they're very similar. It kind of mirrors it, so it's similar, but anyhow, this is about advanced standing programs. I'm Dr. Alyssa with International Dentist Central, your companion in your journey to becoming a US licensed dentist. If you're not subscribed to our channel yet, take a moment to subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified when we put out new videos like this one. And please give this one a thumbs up if you find it helpful. To give you a big picture overview of the process first, you're going to send your dental school transcripts to a company that evaluates and translates the grades into US equivalents. With that, you're going to now apply to take the boards, and you're going to need to take TOEFL, which is an English test. Once you take those two tests, now you can get your application documents ready and you can apply. And after you apply, if you get invited, you're going to go and take an interview and bench tests and then get accepted, hopefully, and you're good to go. Now, let me get into a little bit more detail about the whole process because the simplified version I just told you is a little too simplified. So, step one, the actual first thing that I recommend you do is research. Before anything, do some research. Give yourself a few days. Learn about what you're getting yourself into. Look into advanced standing programs you're interested in and the requirements for applications that they've set forth. Spend some time in Facebook groups and forums to learn more about what kind of experiences other applicants have and how you should prepare your own profile to become a competitive applicant. And if it seems like your profile would benefit from certain types of experiences, map out the timeline for how you're going to obtain them. This part about deciding which experiences would be beneficial to add to your profile, it can be confusing. And there are lots of different options and some take longer than others. So being strategic about how to spend your time is a very smart thing to do. I regularly sit down with candidates to strategize about this, and the earlier in the process someone comes to discuss this with me, the better it is. I've talked to people as early as people that have not yet gotten their dental degrees from their home countries, and as late as people that are wanting to apply for the third, fourth, and fifth time. If you'd like to have a session with me, you can click on the link below to get a coaching session with me. This is a paid session, I want to be clear about that. And we can talk about so much during the hour. You'll have your whole plan mapped out by the end of it with clarity. And when moving forward with the rest of your steps below, also spend time working on improving your candidacy together. This part cannot be neglected. I'd highly, highly recommend avoiding gaps in your resume as much as possible, even for studying. Step two. So now that you've done your research and you have an understanding of what you're getting yourself into, it is time to start studying for the INBDE. INBDE is short for Integrated National Board of Dental Examinations, and it is a test that all US dental students have to take as well. We have a guide for the INBDE on our blog, which we'll link it up in the description box below. I put this as a second step to get going with this because preparing for this test is going to take several months. So while you're studying, also move forward with the step 3 to step 5 below, because unless you do, you can't actually take the test. Okay, so step 3, get your education evaluated by the ECE, Education Credential Evaluators. You have to get your education evaluated by this company to be able to take the boards. Get a course-by-course evaluation so that you can use the same evaluation later in the application process as well. And then step 4, get a DENTPIN. A DENTPIN is a Dental Personal Identifier Number. It's a unique number for applicants and students involved in the U.S. dental education system and standardized testing programs. And you need to get an ECE evaluation first in order to get a DENTPIN number for yourself. And after you get a DENTPIN, now you can actually apply to take the INBDE, which you've hopefully been studying for. Try to get a date a few months ahead of time just to make sure that you've settled in. This test can only be taken within the US, so plan accordingly if you live abroad. Step 6, you're gonna go take the test. No more shadow required about it. I'll link up the guide about it in the description below. Step 7 is to take the TOEFL. This is an English test, and it can be taken from pretty much anywhere in the world. Many programs have their own minimum TOEFL score requirements, and some schools go as far as break it up by section. So it's important that you do well in this test. It is also okay to repeat this test as many times as you need to, and your results will expire in 2 years. Step 8, apply to advanced standing programs. This makes it sound so simple, but pulling everything together to apply is a lot of work, like several months worth of work often. I thought this was harder than studying personally when I went through the process. Anyway, most advanced standing programs participate in CAPID, which is a centralized application portal for applying to advanced standing programs. Some don't participate, and those schools you'll have to apply separately. And even those that do participate in CAPID often require you to send in some additional material separately directly to the school. So keeping track of everything can be a headache, and I would highly recommend using a spreadsheet to stay organized. This step of applying includes lots and lots of writing and strategizing. In case you don't know, we work with applicants on their entire application. So if you're interested in getting our help, you can find a link to our editing service in the link below. Most of the year, we also have a free consult open as well. I'll link that up underneath here as well. If you get professional help for this step, which many applicants decide to do, please be wary of who you are getting help from. I can make another video on this topic if you want me to. Just let me know in the comments below. But so many times I've seen really bad essays that were supposedly worked on by professionals. So not all professional help is created equal. Just be careful who you get your advice from. Step 9, wait for interviews. And step 10, prepare for the bench test. I combined these 2 steps into one. After applying, please waste no time and start getting ready for the bench test. I promise you will not regret it. If you want to work with me on it, I'll be happy to do so. Link to my course that includes personal feedback is in the description below. And I'll just, while I'm at it, I'll also include our interviewing course that also comes with personal sessions below as well. Step 11, when you get called, ace the interview and hands-on clinical test. Okay, you have to do well in both. This is your last step to get accepted, and you are almost there. Step 12, another wait step. You'll need to wait to hear back, and it can be hard to sit back and wait, and so just don't sit back. Keep working on your candidacy as a fallback in case things don't work out for you this year. I sincerely want it to work out for you. But if it does not, you'll be so glad you did not stay complacent with your candidacy when you prepare for the next cycle. I mean, it's so common for candidates to apply for 2 to 3 cycles these days. So don't just assume that because you went to interview, you'll be good. And really don't stay complacent. Step 13, did you get accepted? Congratulations. Now it's the logistics, right? So you're gonna have to figure out your student loans, and step 14, if applicable to you, then also a student visa. Then now you're gonna go to your program for a couple of years. Step 15, you finish your program and you're done. You do have to take the state boards as well. But yeah, that's it. And now you are a licensed dentist within the US. There is a lot to each of these steps. This was like extremely brief overview of everything, just to give you a general idea of what you're gonna go through to get a US dental license as an internationally trained dentist. You can read more about it in the accompanying blog post, also linked below. This is a long and hard process. And honestly, when I was first starting, I thought that I'm a dentist already. What more can you want from me? And I got my butt kicked and had to apply twice. So just get mentally prepared to work really hard on everything. It's not easy. I'm rooting for you though. I'm Dr. Alyssa with International Dentist Central, your companion in your journey to becoming a US licensed dentist. If you're not subscribed to our channel yet, please take a moment to subscribe, hit the bell so you'll be notified when we put out more videos like this one. And please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. See you next time.